I'm Kel from Kelly T Black Metal Reviews, but I'm talking thrash today. And after a breather since recording their album Clotho, Alkira have released The Pulse in late 2019, which is their fourth official release by the Aussie Thrashers, hailing from the Adelaide Hills. This four-piece band feel as if they're on extra fire with this latest 5-track release, keeping their sound familiar enough for fans of their previous work, but having extra gusto thrown in there with their latest release, which should sucker new fans in well and truly. This album has a great mix of thrash, groove and traditional metal sounds with hard-hitting vocals to appease the heavy metal sensory system, that's for sure, and it takes skin off. Alkira have definitely kept their finger on the pulse. I couldn't resist that pun. And I have to say this because the album carries a full throttle energy and a drive that doesn't let up from start to finish. You'll be hard pressed not to enjoy this album, guys. The Pulse, the first track off this album, really drives hard knock brutish riffs, groove flow, tight drum beats. I love the heaviness of those crushing riffs and the thrash style vocals that ensues. But where the album really took off for me was the second track, Inflicting Damage. This was so mean, so deadly. The thrashing sound was unbreakable in this track and tough as nails. And it's a large listen, just spanning over 5 minutes in duration. I loved the guitar work in this track. It was insanely good. Roughneck and thrash goodness right here with a delicious guitar solo that I was actually holding out for. Thrash vocals can be a little hit and miss for me, but I have to say I really appreciate Tyson's style. He has a good power and tone to his style, and it blends in really well with the aggression of Alkira's sound, that's for sure. Sludge Machine, what a ripper track. This had a brooding, sluggish intro of heavy, moody big beats, callous sounding guitar riffs, and the influence of traditional heavy metal flowing through it, which was such a good element to hear. And oof, those vocals, they have such a power, filth, and a violence to it. This track just grew on me huge and possibly my pick off the album. It packs a load with snug grooves, good bass rhythm and a cool mix up of tempo beats. The final two tracks, Pendulum and Power Trip, these were probably the two most traditional of the thrash sounding tracks of this album, but both were such a great listen. This album just ended with a full assault of double kicks, thick bass, that fast speed thrash tempo, and the guitars that just smash so heavily. Power Trip, particularly for me, was off its face, and I just enjoyed this entire album. It's a good thrashing groove listen, and I have to say that I have been lucky enough to hear and see Alkira live, and they really do know how to hold an audience. They just play so hard. So as I was listening through their latest work, I couldn't help but get excited to possibly see them later on this year, playing the stages in Adelaide, of course, so I hope to get across and see them live. They're definitely a killer display of heavy metal as always, and these lads just know how to bring it. It's up on Bandcamp. Go and take a listen, check out their discography while you're there, and please throw Alkira some likes, support this band. To Alkira, I hope to see you lads again in Adelaide very soon, or on the East Coast. How good would that be? Hint, hint. Killer album, guys. This has been my Albums of the Week.